Bloody hot one today. Very old trusty hooker going with some sausages and spring rolls. Nice little lunch break, mate.
First day of driving's done. I found myself about 6 hours north of Brisbane. And it's somewhere just near north of Gingin. Oh, this spot is absolutely beautiful. I went down a rocky road just to see what was down there. And I found a bloody lovely spot. Camera does not capture it. That's where I'll be sleeping tonight. I'll be getting up first thing in the morning, then heading up towards Mackay, which I'll get around lunchtime, I guess. New day. It's been time to get back out on the road, eh? Time for some brekkie, I reckon. Quick fry this morning. Some eggs, bacon, mushrooms. Nice, easy, quick meal. Should be good. All the flies here are on cue. That's lovely. Perfect. It's a 6-hour drive ahead of us today. I'll be up in Mackay where I'm going to be catching up with a mate. We'll go out in the boat and do some fishing, light a few fires. I'll go out some more camping while we're out there too. It's an 11-hour drive all the way from Brisbane up to Mackay. It seems like it's going to be more like 12 by the end of it. Oh well. Should be alright. Let's get it, eh? The local traffic. Hey Maddie. How you doing? Hey? Did you get lost? Going down on Route 69, down the road to Gladstone. So we finally got here. We're in Mackay. I'm here with Cam. And here we are down at the beach, cooking up a couple of steaks. Yeah, the boys. Let's go, guys. Let's go. We're in for a good time. Huh? Turtles. Out here at Mackay Coast, where all the bloody islands are out there. So today we're going to go play some golf. There's a bird. He's going to go hit the catch. So we're going to go out to the golf course and I'm going to go suck at some golf. Have a few beers. So if you weren't aware, this is how life cycle of dolphins work. So first they start as an egg and they start swimming and then swim closer and closer to the camera until they turn around and hop on the back of another one, so it's easier to swim. And then they start swimming down again, and then they start throwing up the balls, and then they turn into more dolphins. This is the coastline of Mackay. We've got all these different islands. Pretty cool. What's going on over here? A bit windy. A bit windy, yeah. Now we can make that. Here we are, guys.
At the golf course.
Here we go on the first hole. Old Cameron's gonna go first.
Gear it up.
Hut. Oh, into the trees. Go
got a par 4. Luke's going to take tee off right here.
Better go, mate. So long story short, I got flogged in golf. It was still good though. It was nice and wet weather, so we were able to do a couple of skids and whatnot, so it was lots of fun. About to go out for a little hike, and so far, it's gonna look a bit rough and rugged. So let's see how we go, eh? Couldn't record that bit because it was a bit, rough. But here we are, we made it pretty much all the way. I'm just coming through a bit of the easier stuff now, so. Yeah, there's a few rough and rugged parts back there, but no breakouts in the soil, which is good. This bit is looking a bit fucking rough, actually. Holy shit, was not expecting that. Fucking hell. I mean, it's doable. So I'll be able to come down it for sure. The question is, can I go back up? Nah. The old Missy's not going to make it through here by the look of it. Fucking clip the rock on the way through. Cool spot. Old Mitzi's having a good play in the mud. She's having some fun, that one. It's been a while since she's got this dirty, I'll tell you that. She's making it alright. Just gonna scout out the area with the drone, see whereabouts we've ended up. Then we'll figure out which direction we're gonna take. So I found a nice path out towards a open clearing near the beach. This place is fucked up. We've had a whole bunch of rain too, so everything's just covered in mud. Sometimes you gotta know the limit of your vehicle. And I feel like more often than not, I just push mine past the limit like that. Oh, she loves it. Oh well, wreck track. Can't go over it, gotta go around it, eh?
Got a bit further now. Down to a clearing. Power lines. Got out of that track. They were all just too washed out, so I come up another one. This far. It's pretty rough getting up here, to be honest. It was a bit uneven. It's always easier getting down, right? So I pulled up here. I saw this. I thought it was a bunch of mushrooms. One big mushroom, but there's also this. And a bunch of these bugs. I thought, what the fuck's going on here? I think it's a cat. I got me bloody decents dirty. Fuck. I don't think this is a fucking good thing. Exposed wires coming out of the ground by some power lines in the middle of butt fuck. What? I mean, what can that mean? Uh-huh. It's a cave. They didn't want people coming in. I'm sure they would have tried a little bit harder to lock it. More mushrooms. What the fuck? Just by looking at what's around, I'd say this is some kind of old mine or something like that. I'm going to grab a head torch from the car so I can see it a little bit better. It smells like a cave. Right, let's check this out, eh? Bloody warm here. See old hooks. There's definitely an old mine. That's a moth. It's looks like they've been digging into holes. That's a massive fucking frog. Definitely some sort of vein here. Oh, water drops. This area must be well known then. It's a railway. Here's where the railway comes in. A lot of supporting beams. Look like it's all just burned. Or rotting. There's a cave in just over here. Doesn't look like they would have gone very far. This is the end. Full cave in. Ground's very muddy. These sections here, cutouts on the sides. They continue all the way down, so they've got the supporting beams. Make sure the place didn't collapse on itself like what happened down there, and what happened here. Bloody sick discovery though. Whew, it's nice and cool out here now. Cool. Didn't know Mackay had people mining. Have to find out what that is later on. So I saw these at the front. So they look like core samples. I split them in half to see what's in them. They're pretty much polished smooth. So it would have been with one of them wet blades. Very interesting. So I just did a bit of research on this area. Turns out that they used to mine for things such as copper and gold, and some areas coal. This area in particular was a gold mine area. Just rocks everywhere. It's slightly up on a hill. It looks like there's been ledges cut away. Maybe some sort of shallow mining. This is interesting. It's been a landslide or something. So this area seems to have been a landslide. No, I'd say there's a chance that this may have been that side opening, which is caved in on the inside and caved in through the top. There's a chance. Cool to think about. But you can really see how much they dug out. So it's the top layer up there. Same on this side. It goes pretty high up over there. This must have been a slight quarry section. Looks like a great deal of this area was excavated at some point. Now it's just a BMX track. Or brick foundations over here. Right up against the wall. I wonder if that was some sort of kiln or fireplace. So over there was the whole mine area. Comes out onto the flat out of here. There's those brick walls there. Whole flattened out area, so I take it this might have been their town. Here's a little foundation. Just by the look of it, it might have been their generator. That's just speculation. There's a couple more foundations just under here. So as we come down the hill, we sort of drop down another layer. It's been kind of flattened out areas, but this is the most impressive. It's just huge. So this would have been a pretty big operation by the look of it. And just looking at this big pile of debris, looks like this might have been where they processed. Yeah. Well, this would have come straight out of the mine. Big pile of it. And this perhaps would have been something to do with that process. Maybe crushing the rocks. It's quite something, this. There's your motor. That might have been connected to this. Maybe those railway carts, maybe they came across here, dumped in the raw ore, and that came down here to be processed and dumped over there. There's little cutaways on either side. And they go a little deep. Not sure what they would have been for, but this is definitely mined ore. You can see where they've put in railway tracks. Like this. There's a lot of history in brickwork. Looks like there's a bit of a bridge going on there. Insulation. Drawer with wires in it. And some sort of walkway. They've repurposed their railway tracks. It's a shame it wasn't kept up for heritage. It's one of my favourite things to come across. Seeing nature take over what was once destroyed. The wire blocks I saw earlier. Not sure what it could have been. Definitely looks analog. Looks like some relative close to slippery jack. When they grow in the pine forest, you can actually eat them if you prepare them correctly. Oh, just had a big trip up the side of the hill. Bloody rough, I'll tell you that. But I'm at the top of this whole hill, where at the bottom, that's where the whole mining area was. And all the way up, there's been certain sections where they've tried to mine new areas, maybe just testing the soil, taking core samples and whatnot. But none of it seems to have been fruitful, because obviously they didn't mine there, they just stuck to that bottom section and the whole quarried section down to the side of it. There's this mountain track trail that goes through the entire area. I believe that's what I'm on now. This is the very top. No log there, some had a bench. How's that? How's that for a view? Not bad, eh? Bad view from up here. Bit of a climb getting up. Not a bad view. I think that concludes our trip for the day. After this, it's the pub and watch the footy, and then we're done. It's been a pretty good trip. Couldn't find what I was looking for, but found something better, so that's all good. Sometimes trips just work like that, eh? I'm gonna hang out in this tree and enjoy the view for a little while. That'll be heading out. Alright, thanks for watching everyone. I'll see you next time.